Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Sam Granville.
And I'm Seth Carpenter. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics. Many around the world were stunned when they first heard the news about the death of NBA superstar Kobe Bryant. The impact of Bryant's death is being felt by fans everywhere, including many here in Troy, including a Trojan women's basketball player. With the recent tragic passing of Kobe Bryant, anyone from current NBA stars such as LeBron James to students here on campus are feeling the pain of the sudden loss.
I was sitting down in front of the TV with my homeboys, and I saw it on TMZ. I was like, dang, this can't be true. Maybe somebody hacked TMZ page, and ESPN started reporting on it, and it was just sad. I was overcoming emotions for real. Even though I didn't know him personally, he just had an impact on my life. It was really sad to see how he go like that.
Kobe also meant a lot to different people.
I don't want to say everything because obviously it didn't mean everything to me, but it meant a tremendous amount to me because one of my biggest passions in life is basketball. First time ever even seeing the sport, I seen him with the fro, with the 8 jersey. I was a little kid, begging my mom give me a jersey because I wanted to be just like her.
Kobe was a big brother to us, somebody we watched growing up, had so much impact on the game of basketball and then other people's lives as well, especially mine.
I mean, this unexpected loss really impacted the community, and to me, he meant a lot just really for the mentality. I really didn't follow him with sports too much, but the Mamba mentality really just impacted my life, showing that, when you give your all to something that it can impact people and you can reach success through that.
Kobe did a lot for the NBA, but did a lot for the sport of women's basketball as well. Guard Kayla Robinson had this to say about Kobe's impact.
It means a lot because you don't really see a lot of men doing a lot of things for women's basketball. And for someone to be a legend, to come out and do a lot of great things for women's basketball is amazing.
Trojan men's basketball team fell in the second game of a Saturday doubleheader in Trojan Arena as the team dropped their matchup with Arkansas State.
The Trojans basketball team fell to the Arkansas State Red Wolves in Trojan Arena 78-62 on Saturday, picking up their second straight loss. It was a physical outing that saw numerous players in foul trouble in the second half, and after a slow start for the Trojans, they found themselves having to dig out of that hole all evening.
Thought we got back in the game, but then a bad turnover, a missed layup leads to an easy bucket on the other end, or they knocked down the three. They were hitting all their open shots, and so we're looking for answers and trying to find guys that can get us off to a good start, and trying to find guys that can close the game for us too. So we've got a lot of holes to fill, and we just have to find a way to get better on Monday.
In a poor outing that saw the Trojans shoot just under 30% from the field, 25% from three, and 11 turnovers in the game, junior forward Khalil Waters had a career-high 15 points off the bench, shooting nearly 60% from the field and going 7 for 7 from the free throw line.
Khalil Waters was a bright spot. He came off the bench, hadn't had much opportunity. He was able to drive and get to the basket. He made all of his free throws, so he definitely was a bright spot for us.
And the Trojans, now dropping to 4-7 in conference and 2-9 on the road this season, look ahead to 2 big road tests at Georgia Southern and Georgia State next week.
We have to work every single day, and we have to be overachiever, blue-collar, lunch pail guys, and we weren't today. And so we'll have another opportunity next Thursday.
Thursday, the Trojans went on a 17-0 run in the first half, but the Trojans men's basketball team would fall 86-57 Thursday night in Hanner Fieldhouse. After leading Georgia Southern 21-11 with 10 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the first half, Troy was outscored 31-4 the rest of the half, as the Eagles took a 41-25 lead into halftime. In the defeat, junior Ty Gordon and Darian Adams added 14 and 12 points respectively for the Trojans, who shot just 34.9% on 22 of 63 from the field. Nick Stampley continued his strong play as of late, scoring 12 points on 6 of 7 shooting. The junior forward grabbed 8 rebounds. Georgia Southern shot 31 of 60 from the field for the game.
Saturday brought one of the biggest and most anticipated matches for the Troy women's basketball team as they fought UT Arlington for sole possession of first place in the Sun Belt. Stuart Bradley has a story.
Only one team can stand alone atop the Sun Belt, and coming into Saturday's match with a 3-game skid against UT Arlington, would the Trojans be the one to claim that top spot?
It was a great night in Trojan Arena. We had a great crowd here. It was a great 6-man with our fans here. It was electric energy in here. The players came out to play. The coaches were on point.
Defense was the name of the game for the Trojans as the Lady Mavericks struggled all day, shooting just 37% from the field, earning multiple shot clock violations, turning the ball over and over and over again, and getting stuffed by Kate Rogers, whose cancer-surviving mother was in the stands for the Coaches versus Cancer game.
Just paying homage, honestly, just knowing that this game was for her, for my aunt as well that passed away in 2017. So that's really what I feel right now.
My assistants really emphasized defense this year. I'm always about offense. They have worked very hard with defense and making us a better defensive team, and it's showing. It doesn't hurt also to have Kate Rogers in the middle. To me, she's the best defensive player in the Sun Belt Conference that I've seen. She does her job every night. She makes it possible to do the extra things because she is holding it down in the lane against the other team's best post player night in and night out.
The dominant defense complemented an offensive machine. Jasmine Robinson once again led the way in points with 17, going 3 for 7 from 3. 3 other Trojans recorded double-digit points, including Japonica James with 13, alongside 9 of the Trojans' 58 total rebounds. And despite the constant sound, the Trojans donated 33 points from the charity stripe.
We had a great game plan. Coach Courtney Simmons, this was her scout. I had to give a lot of credit to her. We wanted to shoot more free throws than they attempted, and we did that. She wanted us to get to 60 rebounds, which would include the guards helping rebound, and we got to 58, and we had 2 guards get 26 rebounds between them. That's a lot.
We have to make sure we play inside out. We wanted to be able to dominate their post play and our post play, be able to take away everything they do and make sure we do that.
Stuart Bradley, Troy, Trojan Vision Sports.
After a record-breaking season a year ago, the Trojan softball team was picked to finish second in the league for the first time since 2010. Troy is picked behind Louisiana, trailing by 15 points. Troy set a new program record in conference wins with 19 and finished in second place during the regular season last year. The Trojans also set the record 4 consecutive wins with 14. Katie Webb was named to the preseason All-Sun Belt Conference team. Webb led the team in batting average with a .355 mark and in multi-hit 19 games.
Troy pitcher Levi Thomas and outfitter Rigsby Mosley were named to the Sun Belt All-Preseason American team this morning. Last year, Mosley batted with .356 with 19 doubles and 7 homers, and recently landed on 67th on the D1 Baseball's top 150 hitters list. Thomas, who ranked 89th in D1's top 150 pitchers list, went 8-2 in 15 starts and struck out 87 batters in 80 2/3 innings. And top of all, announcing All-Americans, the Sun Belt also released their preseason coaches poll. Troy was placed at 4th in the East Division with 41 points and did not receive any first-place votes. Rival South Alabama was voted number 1 in the East and UT Arlington in the West. South Alabama also received the most points at 62.
The Trojan men's tennis team closed out a busy weekend in Nashville with an impressive 7-0 victory over Tennessee State. It was Troy's first shutout of the season and first since March 13th of last year. The win comes after Troy dropped a pair of matches to Belmont and Lipscomb earlier in the weekend. With the shutout victory over the Tigers, Troy's record evens up to 2-2 on the season after opening the season with back-to-back road trips. The Trojans will compete in their home opener this Friday at 2 p.m. when they host Alabama A&M at the Lunsford Tennis Complex.
Troy women's tennis team fell to SEC foe Mississippi State 7-0 Friday in Birmingham at the Sanford Tennis Center, where the Trojans saw a balanced effort from both the singles and doubles side, but ended up coming short in every match.
Both the Troy men's and women's track and field team claimed their first place honors for the second meet in a row over the weekend as the 4 Trojans claimed individual event crowns at the KMS Invite in Birmingham. Kayla Brown had the top mark in the weight throw with 18.861 meters. Adita Slinska took the women's 800-meter crown with a time of 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Jasmine Riley took first in the women's 200-meter dash with a time of 24.53 seconds, while Precious Ogwa's time of 56.92 seconds was good for the first place spot in the women's 400-meter dash.
Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the Trojans women's basketball team's matchup against South Alabama.
But first, I sat down with softball outfielder Brooke Eccles. Stick around for more Trojan sports now.